So if you've ever wanted to be more active or do more exercise, a good place to start is just by walking. I walk about 10,000 steps or more every day, well, at least every weekday. Typically, it can go into the weekends, but for the most part, I try to give my feet some rest. But when you crunch the numbers and basically find out that 10,000 steps a day, which is really not, it's not that much. It is for, a beginner, which we'll get there. But as far as walking 10,000 steps 5 days out of the week, that's, about a marathon a week, more or less. I don't necessarily think that's like the biggest physical feat, but then again, exercise is not really about being the best, being the fastest, lifting the hardest. It's really your own personal fitness journey. And because it is more of a lifestyle, but you don't have to like worship this lifestyle like it's your whole identity. It could just be something that plays into your day, something you make time for. And walking is a really really low barrier to entry because it gets you moving. You're already mostly probably walking mostly every day, unless you have a debilitating illness or something like that, which I understand, and I'm not trying to say that's what everyone needs to do if you can't walk. But the greater point or idea I'm getting at is a good place to start is if you're watching this right now and you were kind of living a similar life that I was living before, where you're just in bed or just vegging out on a couch. A good place to start is just by getting up, putting some music on or a podcast, and just walking around the block once. Now, I know some people don't live in a safe neighborhood, or, there's different factors, but you can go somewhere where it's safe to walk during the day. You can go somewhere where it's a little bit more crowded. You can go to a park, a pier. You could even really walk a mall if you wanted to, where it's shaded, it's cool, there's AC. You can, grab like a little smoothie or something. I'm sure malls have lots of little kiosks for you to grab something to drink. But the barrier to entry is really low. You just need a pair of shoes that you can wear for like an hour. That's not too hard. I hope it's not too hard. But yeah, just start slow. Start slow, start small. And really, the best place I think is just sort of a local place you can go, so that it's not a big ritual. You can just put on your shoes and head out. It's uh, it's a lot easier than you think, because you don't have to do 10,000 steps at the beginning. You don't even have to do 10,000 steps 5 days a week or more, like me. You can just start off small, what you have time for. It's really just about putting in a measure, putting forth that effort. Because a lot of times when you just make it habitual, it'll snowball into something more akin to a lifestyle. So that's something to consider. Um, Really, once you start getting in the flow and start finding the enjoyment in your fitness, in this case, what I'm advocating for is walking. But people find it in lifting. People find it in a lot of other things. But I'm a big advocate for walking, just because it's simple, it's easy, it's straightforward, and it can really help, level you out. It can help with your mood. It can help with your sleep, and really, it's just a great opportunity to just get out of the house and get some sun, hydrate, meet some people. I've actually met a lot of people, like a lot of neighbors around the neighborhood. You meet a lot of friendly people, you see a lot of regulars. So the more you get out there, the more you realize that people actually will recognize you, people will say hi. It's a good way to just chat with a neighbor. I mean, some people may not want to chat with neighbors, but all things considered, it's good to know the people around you. That is like a resource, not necessarily to like, mooch off of, but you never know what people have to say, what they have to offer. There could be opportunity out there for you, just something to consider. But really, I think all in all, um, starting off slow is best. But really, just whatever you can put in, is going to be enough, because at least you're putting in the effort. At least you tried. And the more consistent you are, the more that can, blossom into something bigger, like, losing more weight or having a better mood, or all these things, all these um, potential benefits you can have from living this very simple lifestyle of moving, keeping active, and just getting some sun. It's really just about getting outside. And, it started with just going around the block for me. But now it's like well over 100 miles every month that I walk. I mean, I'm talking at least 10,000 steps on weekdays. It can be more than that. The most I've ever walked in a day was, and it was because I had a lot of activity going on. It was around 48,000 steps in one day. I'm not saying that's what you need to do, but I've done well over 20 miles of walking in one day. Um, it's something you have to work towards, but it is rewarding. Granted, you need to give your feet rest. You can't just be walking every day, but it's a great way to start your fitness journey, and I am a big advocate. So consider that. Consider today. It only takes one day to start. It doesn't have to be a big leap. So consider trying that sometime this week if you got the time. Take care.